Whew. Why is music playing? Whoa. Oh, what's that about? Good afternoon. Guess I could have got myself situated before I hit play, but it is what it is. Hey, Uncle L, what's going on? Happy New Year. I think I probably said it already, but I'm going to say it again because it's still the first week. It's still the first week of the new year. So, Happy New Year to you. Hope you have been having an amazing 2024 thus far. And if it's been good, continue to build on that goodness. Yes, yes, yes. Build on the goodness. We don't want to start cursing our year. Talking about, oh Lord, it's bad already. Throw 2024 in the trash. Man, we'll kill a good thing quickly by our words alone. I don't think we realize how easy it is to really put death to a thing just by what we feel is innocent things we say. Those innocent things that we say or things that we think are innocent, the enemy knows how to snatch them and use them against us. So it's just like faith. You speak what you don't see, but you believe. I believe that when you speak what you don't see, even when you don't believe, if it's negative, you'll get that. So I'm definitely most conscious about the things that come out of my mouth. I don't want to be out here wondering why everything chaotic and it was because me, something I said, without even realizing it. Way too easy to get caught up like that. Ain't nothing going right. Be sitting up there and been all last week talking about, oh my God, this job is this. I ain't making this. I ain't got this. Next thing you know, you ain't got it. Dang, I ain't seen a Long John Silver's in years. Why they ain't got no drive through? Because I do not feel like going in. And I'm not. That might sound a little lazy, but I am today. This is so random. I had some things on my mind that had me a little puzzled, I guess. I'm not going to say disturbed. It was a little bit disturbing, but me not allowing things that I can't do anything about to have control, I can't do that. But I did observe some troubling things. I'm gonna say a troubling thing, and then I had an observation about something I heard Cat Williams say, and I haven't even watched Cat Williams' interview yet, but I've just been seeing the clips and seeing other people react and just hearing little nuggets here and there of things he said. And I know the first thing that I truly noticed is how divided we truly are, and how uh when KB came on the scene and he was saying it's all about who we like. If that ain't a true statement, I don't know what is, because depending on if you like, or if these people like a person, they would definitely shoot the messenger. So if you like them, everything they say is good. If you don't like them, then they lie, they hate, they all types of things. But I don't think that people, regardless of who's speaking what it is that's being spoken, what about the truth? You know, we can't change the truth to a lie based on who we like or who we don't like. If we did that, we'd be in trouble for real, for real. Like, well, I don't like her, so even if she is saying something that could possibly save my life, I'm gonna dismiss it because I don't like her. I don't like him. I know it's the truth, but because I don't like him, I'm not gonna listen to that. And I think that's how a lot of us live. We shoot the messenger real quick if it ain't something we want to hear, or if it's against something. I mean, someone that we like. And man, the division is real amongst us. You know, a lot of times people focus on us against other races and things, but my observation has been within our own race, how divided, how against each other we are. We see it every day right here on YouTube. Great division. And I think that's why we don't get anything accomplished. That's why a lot of times, like black businesses, for instance, I think that's a lot of times why they don't thrive, because of the mentality of the people. You know, a lot of times when it's a business, we, because that person looks like us, we expect a handout or some kind of deal or discount. And that ain't right, you know. And then we'll be on the other end screaming, as absolutely, we'll be on the other end screaming, we gotta support our own, support black business. Well, supporting black business does not mean go to that black owner and try to negotiate a price, you know. Being in the hair business, there are people that will call to consult about an appointment, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is not hello, how are you doing? It's how much you gonna charge me? How much would you charge me? And I'm slick at the mouth, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna charge you what I charge everybody else, 125. Like, maybe I missed the memo that there was a special price for whoever me is, but we don't know what kind of disservice that does to us. That's why I think it would be hard. Not saying it can't be done, but it should be like a little community, or uh, say for instance a strip mall where it's all black owned businesses, and we can go there and get the things we like our nails done, our hair done, ice cream, food, clothes. It should be just like that. But I I have little faith in that. Like I said, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I have little faith. But I see why. It's because we are going to be, we pick sides instead of being on the side of right. We'll pick a side. It don't matter if it's right or wrong. We're going to pick whichever side we want to be on according to who we like. With the Cat Williams situation, a lot of people are like, "Oh, he just trying to get clout. Why he just now coming out?" Pay attention. This man been saying the same thing for so many years. But to go further than that, he's not the only one that's been saying the same thing for so many years. It's we choose not to believe it because it sounds far fetched. People don't believe that there's a true thing of selling your soul. You and I can sell our soul real easy. It won't even be for fame. It'll just be our integrity that's compromised. I'm not trying to be that person that compromises for any level of success. And I definitely ain't about to compromise just to be compromising. Um, but it's like when we hear something and we don't want to believe it, we'll attack the person saying it versus maybe go do a little research, because it couldn't be hard to find some of the things that these people are saying. I'm like, I say it all the time. I'm like, why you act like it's a new story? My son called me at 1 o'clock this morning. He said he was bored. So I'm like, oh, you call your mama when you're bored, right? We got to talking, and he was like, oh, I know why I called you. I wanted to see if you seen Cat Williams. I was like, yeah. I said, I haven't seen it, but I've been seeing pieces. He like, man, mom, he exposing everybody. I said, but where you hear it first? He was like, you been saying that for years. That's why I wanted to call you, because that right up your alley. No, it ain't not right up my alley, but I had a moment where I went um into somewhat, well, I'm gonna say down uh a few rabbit holes, I guess you would call it. And it's like it's not hard to see what he's saying. It's not hard to see when someone comes out and say, oh, this person does this or did that. Coupled with maybe hearing it from someone who was personally there, or someone that had gone through the industry and maybe either stopped short of or saw something and said, nah, that's all right. I mean, I've seen people talk about when they was trying to get in and how they would be in the studio and demonic things would be happening. And the boy was saying that it was so much stuff going on to try to get him to sell his soul. He wound up running to his mama, a grown man, shaking and crying about what he was seeing. And I'm like, that's crazy. We can sign ourselves up for some evil things and not realize it, because we don't believe that. I like to say fat meat greasy, but we don't believe that these things are real. Like, spiritual wickedness is real. People really serve the devil. And it closely mimics people that follow God, but there's something off about it. It tries its hardest to look good, but there's something off about it. That's why it's not good to say, look at a person and say, oh, he said God, or he said Jesus. That don't even matter these days, because the very ones saying Jesus be the main ones that be Satanists. But they know how to trick people emotionally with you that name, and it's sad because they're gonna have to answer to that when judgment come and you've been out here lying on God, knowing good and well you wasn't doing right. Hey, Selena, it's gonna be very interesting. And I'm just trying not to be one of them people that's getting the holy smackdown by the Father. I'm scared. I'll be like, hey, I ain't trying to mess up. But the one thing that struck me that Cat Williams had said was, he said, I know, I can't quote it verbatim, but pretty much he said, I know, God dog, that airplane coming down fast. I know the airport right there, but it be seeming like they about to land on the street. Anyway, he said, I'm well aware that I'm going into the devil's den or something like that. And he was saying something like, I was allowed to get close enough to see what they were doing. And immediately I thought, he's a sent one, because there's nothing under the sun that is not going to come to light at all. That's a given. So sometimes you'll wonder, like, all this time, hey Gary, all this time nothing has been revealed about these people. But then one day people start popping up and saying something, and a lot of people shoot it down because it just seems so far-fetched. They don't believe it. But it made me think about, because sometimes I'd be like, man, it got to be somebody that goes into the industry and does XYZ. I'm waiting on the one that goes in and not go in and party with them, but go in and genuinely go in and try to reach their soul. It would have been great if we was hearing that that particular person was in there trying to minister to those that have fallen away. But he wasn't. He was party yada 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 yada. He was partying and bullshit. Party. Anyway, I just thought that was very interesting. He said, "I'm well aware that I'm going into the devil's den," and he said, "I came in saying I was going to expose these people," and I'm like, where have we heard that before? Oh Lord, have mercy, these people. What they looking one way and driving. I'm about to have R Selena syndrome. But it was something else that he said. Oh, oh, I know. My other observation about it was how everybody that he said something about, if you've been on like on Instagram and stuff, oh, so and so has responded to what Cat Williams said about them. Such and such has responded. And the biggest observation, no, until you tell the truth. Um, the biggest observation was that everyone came out saying something, but they ain't never say he's lying on me. That makes it worse to me. Like if you're not gonna come out and say he's lying, I didn't do that. You shouldn't even say nothing because now it's more believable to me. You was just a hit dog and you hollered. Kevin Hart, they put up an old clip of him talking about Cat Williams. He chose to do drugs and all that stuff. He already addressed that. That's how the internet works. They'll throw up. I know he did say a lot, and I still haven't really watched it like that, but I seen a lot of it on Bolo this morning. Um, I'm gonna actually eventually watch it. I just can't stand to see Shannon Sharp. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna have to listen to it and not watch it. Um, uh, yeah. I mean, but I don't need Cat Williams to tell me to know what level Kevin Hart on. There's nothing he said that was far fetched. There's nothing he said that was unbelievable to me. Um, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey. I didn't need Cat Williams to tell me anything about them. The stuff is right before our eyes, but we choose to think it's not real or we just don't believe it because they've done a good job of showing us how great they are. Living in Cleveland, there was always stories about Steve Harvey. His character was not spoken good of, He didn't always take care of his children. He was an abusive husband. Well, Shannon never mind. You know what I'm saying? Those were the things that were going around in his home city. But that's neither here nor there. The thing is, when you watch people, I always tell people, if you pay attention, unfortunately, when someone famous has someone to pass away, you got to now watch their rise. You got to watch their rise. Because most of the time it happens, unfortunately. I mean, but people don't want to believe they do things like that. And I believe it's just, and then they'll say, oh, we got to protect Cat at all costs. Cat been saying this stuff for the last, 10 years? Protecting from what? They ain't going to do nothing right now because he's too loud, That's one thing I learned in my observation when I was going down them rabbit holes. A lot of people will come out talking loud just in case something happens to them. A lot of times, those that come out and decide to voice themselves, they know how to protect themselves because they've been inside. But nevertheless, it proves my point that exposure is here, and it's not just your local pastor. It's not just your big name bishop. It's anybody, everybody, all of us. At any given moment, there could be some exposure in our life. I can't stand the fact that people really think, oh, exposure, that just pertains to preachers. Nah, it really don't. I've seen people. say this stuff with Cat Williams should have been taken care of 10 years ago. Why is he discussing it now? Y'all still ain't listening. I heard a story of how Cedric and Steve came to Bernie Mac to try to get him to, I guess we'll say bite the apple. And he wasn't with that. Hmm. Okay, Sakadoshes. It's just so much stuff. These people are evil. They are wicked. A lot of them. Even some of the ones we love. I think some got caught up when they were young and didn't understand. I think some got exposed and put into something because their parent wanted them to be famous. That's why I don't like to see like on TikTok, you know how people have a child that's talented or something or does something funny and they get a good following and they start getting monetized and they making money and this child is just being exposed to um these things, especially if they're talented. They'll be like, oh my God, Disney came and they want to invite my daughter to do an audition. A lot of people don't realize they setting their children up for something that they don't even know they getting into because they all they see is dollar signs and fame. All that stuff comes with a cost. So I don't like to see children online getting real viral and things like that, I guess you would say. I would be very cautious with my child going viral. Heck, I don't even want to go viral. Because if you get so high and to some level, all them people coming to see you. I don't say no if you want to. All I want is what God wants for me, and I'm gonna take the road He sent me on to get it. Um, the only one of the people that I saw say something so far was Michael Blackson. He the only one who saying he was lying, but I just don't believe he's lying. But everybody else eh, they just said something just to be saying something because people probably like, man, you ain't gonna say nothing. You just gonna let him say that. Oh, the smoke and mirrors of the industry, and everybody be like, "Oh, I just want to have this like these people." Their heart's going to be so hurt because it's not going to stop. I said it yesterday. The band-aid has been pulled off, and it's going to keep coming out. Everything's going to keep coming out, and it's going to get worse and worse, and it's going to be unbelievable. But might as well put on your big woman drawers and your big man pants and take it like a champ in a G and learn something. All that glitters ain't gold, and all gold ain't good. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, I'm just kidding. That was my only observation so far. So far. But when I went, y'all don't understand. When I went down that rabbit hole, there's all those signs and symbols that they use to basically say, yeah, I'm in line or whatever. I'm with this. I'm about that. It it messed me up for a minute because I kept thinking like, why does this stuff keep popping up? I thought I done because I allowed myself to even look into it a little bit. I thought that I messed up because it just kept popping up. I don't care what I was looking at, what I was doing. These things will pop up. But then I began to realize this was something teaching me what to look for, to see dead in front of me. So when I see them let's use one eye symbolism for an example. Y'all probably heard of it, when they covering up their eye. And you had the thing where they cover their mouth and all this stuff, but we're gonna talk about the eye. They cover their eye, and most people know what that means, if they know how the industry allegedly goes. Um, so what happened is I'll start seeing people that shouldn't be having that. I'll see preachers with one eye covered. Uh, Kirk Franklin is one that constantly takes photos where one eye is darkened. So it's like you can see the light on one side of his face, or he's turned to the side. Like little things like that are in our face at all times, but we think because they get on stage and say Jesus lives that that makes them good. This man will bust a twerk move in a minute, but everybody be like, "Oh, he's just down with the culture." Yeah. Oh yeah. But anywho, I'm gonna get off of that because y'all know I don't like to talk about that stuff too much because I don't want nobody coming over here and talking about, hey, what are you talking about? I'm gonna be like, you nigga. No, I was kidding. I like the blood of Jesus, the blood of Jesus, leave me alone. Anywho, the next thing I saw was the thing that happened with I was about to say Taraji P. Henson, not her. Um Tamar and Krishan Rock. When she invited her to her concert and everything, and the thing went down, she allegedly punched the man and all that good stuff. Um, the first thing happened was Tamar finally, she had. I wasn't gonna say anything, but I care for my people, and I'm gonna address this. And I love, I still love Kashawn. I wanted to treat her like my little sister, and James was assaulted, and the whole time thinking like, well, why is there no video? Not saying she didn't assault him, but what I believe is the girl was provoked. I've always believed that because I'm like this. If I step into the room and I ain't did nothing to you, you're not gonna hit me. And if I did, I'm pretty sure you'll call the cops. Yeah. So, she finally said something cool, but she was still trying to act like she got love for the young lady. So yesterday I saw where I guess people were dragging Tony because she wouldn't hold her hand during a prayer or something. And so here Tamar is again. I wasn't gonna address this. I feel like every time you say you wasn't gonna do something and you do something, I'm gonna call you a liar. You are gonna address it and you want to address it and you're looking for some kind of, most people like she don't need her clout. Yes, she do. But here it is. That ship has sailed. No one really cares anymore because you could have said all this in the beginning. But what happened was she released this video where they were in the dressing room and they were praying. They were doing a prayer circle, and I guess they're saying like Krishan uh came up in the dressing room uninvited, and she, as if she came in there loud, hi, or something like that. So I'm like, well, why wasn't she allowed to pray? What is it that she did that said you can't pray with us? That's what I'm trying to figure out. People like, oh, watch the video before you say something. So I went and watched the video. Okay, she kind of did come in abruptly, but she didn't come in saying anything. She came in and she got into the circle and she grabbed Tamar's hand. It was kind of like, oh, okay. And when she went to grab Tony's hand, Tony didn't, she didn't reciprocate. So they was doing a prayer with her sisters in her circle, and she interrupted, and she shouldn't have did this. I said, but I mean, okay, if you want to look at it like that, cool. But why are you gonna deny anybody prayer? Tamar said she felt like she could be like a big sister to this girl. So if you were trying to be a big sister, that means you thought it was something that she needed that you could provide. You thought it was something that she needed that you could help her with. So when she entered into this room and joined this prayer circle, why was she rejected? If you are truly doing what you said you were trying to do. And I'm like, I'm asking the people because I commented like, well, I mean, are we now deciding who deserves to be able to pray or not? I said, because I honestly believe that if I walked into a prayer circle with Jesus, he ain't gonna be like, oh no, this ain't for you. This is between her and these people. I would be scared to reject somebody from being able to pray. How do you know that prayer that night wasn't something that could have changed her life? I'm not saying that's what it is, but I was just taken aback the fact that people would really argue she shouldn't have interrupted the prayer. That was between her and this, that, and the other. Prayer is prayer to me. And we all could use some. So therefore, what's your point? The girl didn't come in rowdy. She didn't come in cussing. She wasn't loud. All she did was walked in and got into the prayer circle. This world is so messed up that we think we ain't even supposed to pray for people. And it was kind of alarming to me because how many people actually felt that way? I'm like, dang, I hope I don't never walk up on y'all Negroes praying and need a prayer because you probably ain't going to pray for me. Probably ain't going to pray for me. It's a sad world we live in when we see things like this happening. But then people, I'm looking at your prayer sideways when you act like that to somebody that only tried to join in on the prayer. Nobody don't want to talk about that little shrine thing, that little altar she had erected up on that stage. I question what they was trying to do in the whole situation with the girl there. You know, they'll line you up in a minute. It's like we gotta stop looking at people because we like them and thinking they're all good, because that's not necessarily the case. And I'm not calling Tamar bad. I'm just saying I have questions about her sincerity. Like, what's your motive? You asked the girl there, and now your boy got hit in the mouth. There's other videos showing they was kind of like rejecting her, pushing her away, ignoring her, shaking her off and stuff. I mean, how much can a person take? I don't know what that man said, but obviously it got him popped in the lip. But that's his fault. He should have hit her back. What the hell? I'm sorry. You hit somebody, you deserve to get hit back, and I don't care if it's man, woman, boy, or child. Now I commend the man that can't ignore it and walk away. But don't complain about it if you didn't do nothing about it. You shouldn't have said what you said. I'm standing on that. That boy said something. They got him popped in the mouth. And she need to keep her hands to herself at the same time because it ain't always gonna go like that. You are still a girl. You will get hurt. But I just, like I said, those were two interesting things that kind of caught my attention over time yesterday. Just like I said, watching, observing people wasn't necessarily even the story. It's just people's reaction and response to things. How even with the little scandal at the church in Texas, people are so argumentative. It'll be a whole fight erupt over something that is in our face that is blatantly not right. You can't argue what's in your face and you see it for yourself. Um, it was something else I saw. I don't know. If I see the words "if it's true" one more time, I'll be like, pay attention. Anything that you think is a lie, you'll see for yourself. Better yet, be like, Lord, is this true? I don't know if I want to tell the story or something that I one day, here we go. I was watching this video and there's a couple on here that be having like dreams and dream interpretations and things like that. And man said he had a dream that there was like a circle of preachers, like high well known, big name preachers that were shut up, atmosphere. We left that in 2023. We know we're not telling stories this year. Well, I'm not. And in the dream he said they were doing some kind of ritual where they were, it's kind of nasty, but they were partaking in male body fluids. And then the dream was like uh the really nice white guy in Houston with the good hair, and this was J.O. The lady J.M., the thinking lady, um the man, the power bottom, uh another one. It was a couple more that were in this dream. And in that dream, they were doing some kind of ritual where they were drinking semen. Okay, there I said it. No, I'm just kidding. Now, I was listening to this and I'm like, man, and I don't know what it was about that day, but I was standing outside in front of the shop and I was like, God, is this true? And as soon as I said that, my stomach turned and I got like hella nauseous. And I start crying and I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I mean, I took it in my spirit, my heart that okay, and I just left it there. But my point is, ask God to show you. Ask him to show you. If you don't believe it when you hear it, ask him, is this true? Because I promise you, he'll reveal it to you some kind of way. Then that way you can't say, oh, I don't believe him. He just a hater. Ask the one who knows everything. He will show you some kind of way. Now, I didn't expect to get physically feel nauseous, but if I ask that question, then immediately I got sick, I'm go with, oh, ew, and keep it moving. But that's what we looking at in this world is all this crazy satanic ritualistic type stuff going on because some people have gotten away from what they were supposed to be doing because of fame, popularity, get some power and start manipulating and taking advantage of people in weakened states and then getting them in places where fear is inflicted where they can't help and defend themselves. It's a real world, man. Greenleaf movie? Well, Greenleaf, I'm muted. Am I still muted? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Testing, testing, one, two, three. Okay. I don't know what happened. Cause I'm just sitting here playing with my sock. Yeah, but that show Greenleaf, remember that with the church and the pastor and all that stuff? Boy, the real life ain't got nothing on. I mean, Greenleaf ain't got nothing on what's going on in real life for real, for real. I hope I ain't never a part of nothing like that that I know, like knowingly, and ugh, it's a lot. Oh yeah, we got the argument of the swag surfing church too. Okay, we got that argument going on as well. Um, some people don't care about that. Some people do. My only thing is, I don't care if Pastor Swag surf, walk it out, or any of that, but do it somewhere else. I'm sorry. Don't do it at church and then say it's in it. Don't do it and say you got to reach the people where they at. Huh? Go where they at then. That's how you reach those people. Go where they at. Don't bring what you're trying to pull them out of into the pulpit. And if you just had to celebrate and dance, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's so much music. Gospel music has, if what's true, gospel music has so many. You have gospel music in every single genre. Every genre there's a gospel music for. So you didn't have to play a song talk about hypnotic and all that stuff in your church. I don't think these people listen to the lyrics of songs. Some people say, well, if they would have did the instrumental, yeah, that might have been better. But I feel like the root of a thing is a root of a thing. Even when you take the words out, it still has the same effect in a sense. But like I said, some people think it's okay. Some people think it's okay. If what's true, Gary. I don't know why I'm laughing. Man, y'all know when I fell the other week and I had a bruise, right? The bruise came. Now the bruise gone, but it's still a knot right there. I about took my leg out. What the what? Man, I'm hungry. I have not ate nothing except for this little chocolate dessert thing. And that's not good. I need some food. I'm trying to wait. Yeah, I really didn't have a set topic. I just thought those were a couple interesting things that was interesting to me, and not necessarily what Cat was saying, because I believe everything he said, and it's probably way worse than that. But just how people respond and react and begin to fight each other over something that really don't have nothing to do with them. Like, what the heck wrong with us, man? People be out here full blown trying to check people for their opinion. Look, and I'm not one of them people you can do that with, cause I play too much. I play too much. I'll come back depending on if I got time or not. And yesterday I had time. I don't know why them people be playing with me. I be having fun though. People's like, y'all should just keep scrolling when you don't like something. I'm like, why? It's fun when you can say something. It's comedy in my book, unapologetic comedy. What's comedy? But yeah, I don't know. All I know is I don't want to be a part of nothing. I got to keep a secret. I don't want to be a part of nothing. I got to do something that goes against my morals, my beliefs. I don't want anything that bad. Oh, yeah, and who's to say comedy ain't got all truth? A lot of comedy comes from truth. A lot of comedy comes from pain. A lot of comedians are in a lot of pain. Hey, I don't even want to mess your name up. Is it Keelani? Dang, I came across the name that stumped me. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with none of that. Like, I'd rather just be happy in life and have what's for me, work hard, get what I want, and keep my integrity, keep my soul, than to sell out. You know what I mean? Y2K show. Cool. Thank you for stopping by. Um, yeah, I mean, but it's all easy. I guess it depends on the person's thirst or hunger. You know, I guess desperate time calls for desperate measures for some people. I believe in my heart that some people go into things feeling like if I could just do this one time and get on, not knowing that once you give in, you gotta keep giving in, or they gonna get you. They gonna tell on. Ooh, they gonna put all your business out. I'm a person that believe when anytime y'all seen the new lawsuit against Ti and Tiny, the girl says she's suing them for, I think, drugging her and penetration with his toe. I'm like, what the heck wrong with these people? Why would you put your toe in somebody? Y'all is crazy. I don't know how she got herself in that situation, but I believe where there's smoke, there's fire. Like, some things be so far fetched and crazy, it has to be true. Who in the world? Why would I make up someone penetrating me with their toe? That is just so nasty, though. But people want to be like these people. Oh, Ti built a whole low income housing, affordable housing complex for people with a garden on the outside. Just as wicked as he want to be. I even watched that. That baby getting real, real famous, ain't she? Hmm. But like I said, that's the cost of me going down them dang on rabbit holes. So, hey, I might be wrong, but I don't feel like I am because too many stories come out to corroborate what I be thinking and feeling and sensing. I just hate that I did go down that rabbit hole because now I'm like, my senses and awareness is like, oh man, not you too. I don't know how often I say that. Dang, you too. And the number one thing that they do when they done sold out is they come and say the stupidest thing like, oh, apparently I sold my soul. You're like, shh, shh, shh. We don't care. You ain't got to tell us if you did or didn't. Just go on and take your rounds until it's over because it's going to be over one day. If I see what one more time. I gotta go to the eye doctor for real, because my eyes feel weird. I feel like I wear these reading glasses, but I just feel like it's leaning more towards a little bit stronger than a reading glasses. Man, I saw that too. That's why I'm like, why y'all all hit dogs holler? Like they all came out saying something that just was like lackadaisical, I guess. How you say it? Lackadaisical? Whatever. It lacked anything. You gonna come out and say, well, I work hard and you could have stepped to me. Cedric was trying to be hard. Ricky was stuttering like a mudsucker. Stuttering like a mudsucker. Dude, just be quiet. Just like when his son passed away, he kept coming online talking. I'm like, shut up, because the more you talk, the more I'm looking at you like you funny looking or funny acting. And it's like he did the freestyle, and people like, oh, he still got it. I was like, man, that was booty crack. I'm glad you said that, atmosphere. It's crazy how our society is moving. We used to get chastised for talking too much and exposing business stuff. Yeah, but I think that there's a difference between actual business. Like we're not going to tell our parents' business. We're not going to talk about what goes on in our family business versus this person's paying $50 million to blank me. I think that some of this stuff needs to be said for those that are wanting to go into the industry. I feel like there's a way to go, and they need to know about the way they shouldn't go. So without people saying anything, there's a lot of people that are probably going to come up and get bamboozled. And unfortunately, even still, it's going to be a lot of them because when you dangle that shiny diamond studded carrot that looks so good in front of them, like I said, they feel like I can just one time for the one time and I can get on. But it's something that doesn't stop. Once you compromise, you have to continue to stay relevant. And if you decide to stop, you're going to be made to look like a crackhead, crazy, schizo, all types of stuff. All types of stuff. I feel like what is supposed to be revealed will be revealed, and what is not, it won't. So if we're hearing and seeing all this now more than ever, then it's time. It's time. We can. I'm not in the industry, so it's just really like observation for me. Like I said, I don't plan to. I'm good. But it's just like I don't know. I can't really say because I've never been a person who wanted to be high up in power, fame, and fortune. So some things should be kept secret, and some things need to be told. That's just how it goes. Because if you think about it, we grew up in a culture where even when a family member touched you, it was said, shh, don't tell nobody. Now you got a lot of people out here with mental issues because their mother told them, don't tell nobody what your uncle did. Don't tell nobody what your daddy did. People have been made to keep things, the business, to, keep the business quiet. Don't tell. They've been made to do it so much that there's a lot of people that's messed up behind that type of thinking. So it's like, although I get what you're saying, but I do believe that some things are meant to be told. You might have a young kid in your family that's wanting to be famous, and they're gonna dang, if they're talented, they're gonna dangle something in the face. We got to look at these Sexy Reds, and that young lady's pregnant as I don't know what, and she hasn't been able to put her clothes on not once. And it ain't just her, but it's like they getting more and more graphic. My beehole brown and my peachy pink. Like, I wouldn't even want to say that as a young lady. That is so foul. But these are the things that our children want to grow up and be. I want to be a rapper like Cardi B, like Sexy Red. I'm glad I'm finally calling her Sexy Red and not Dirty Red. Jeez. It's a problem when Cat get fed up with his name in people's mouth. Sounds like a Kirby moment to me. He's been like this for a long time, though. Like this for a long time. That's why I say I believe it's just time for these things to be front and center in the spotlight, because it's not he's not saying anything new. He might be saying a little bit more, but he's been doing it. Is it true? Only them people know. But I believe it. I do. Like I said, I done went down a few rabbit holes I probably shouldn't have went down, and I can't unsee that stuff. But I feel like it was for me to see, to know for myself. I don't need Cat Williams to say anything about anybody. So true, but black people get the worst satisfaction from exposing too much behind the scenes. But Cat had valid points to clear the air. I mean, I guess if you're being malicious, I see that point. But mm-mm. But and it ain't just black people that's doing it. It's white people that's exposing this stuff too. That's why I said I done been down a bunch of rabbit holes and I can't stand it. I got a lot better now, but you know how sometimes when you first look at something and then you start seeing stuff and you be like, oh my God, him too. Oh my God. It was like everything was just magnified. There's one particular preacher that always wear these checkerboards. And I know that's something in that, that industry. It's like you can't separate people. Like you can't say, oh no, it's just Hollywood anymore. It's anybody who done came up and got something grand, and I feel like in a short period of time. And there's a white lady I'm talking about. And I like her, and I'd be like, man, I know you didn't. I just know you didn't. I know you didn't. It's a crazy world, but like I said, I've heard like some firsthand stories about certain things. That's why I say I believe it, Gary. That's the thing. I've heard years and years ago, probably about 20 years ago, a young lady I used to style her hair when I was still living in Dayton. She was from the Bronx, and she would talk about Diddy at this particular um type of nightclub, and he was frequent there, and how um it was just always known what he liked. And I also knew somebody that was rapping that ended up going to his studio, I guess when it was called Daddy's House or something like that. But They said he would walk around in a robe, booty hole naked, with his thing just a swinging in front of people. And this was like 20 years ago. So I'm just like, oh, y'all didn't know that, as if I already knew. Even though I don't know much, because I don't want to know like that. That's why I say I hate, in a sense, I hated that I went down those rabbit holes, because it's like, man, even with that list that came out, people still, oh my God, these people, they were probably just there to perform. Man, if you go perform somewhere with children being hurt, come on, man. You got virgin ears every day. Atmosphere. I'm sorry. If you go somewhere and you know something going on wrong, you ain't gonna tell me, oh, I just went to sing. Mm-mm. Man, don't go getting into the one language that they talk about when they mess with the little ones, the pizza stuff and all. Man, it's just too much. It's too much. Were some of them people there innocently? Possibly. But I think a majority of them, it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? It's a lifestyle that we're not a part of. So of course it seems like just sort of like, remember back in the day, the rock star lifestyle was, drugs and alcohol and groupies. Now it's on steroids. Drug, alcohol, groupies, eating stuff you ain't got no business eating, doing things. It's a wicked world. That's all I can say. Atmosphere. If we was talking about this yesterday, you would have been like, I got virgin ears on Thursday. You are funny. Um, yeah, but I still heard a lot of things that Kat said that was great. Forget the exposing part. Like I said, I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I liked how he talked about how he got money when he was just a kid. I like how he talked about having his own way of thinking when he was just a kid. I think it was something he said about his parents basically trying to get on him about sex stuff when he was a virgin. Like, you're condemning me for something that I'm not even doing. At least that's what I got out of it. I'm definitely gonna go and listen to it, because like I said, I can't watch nobody that say call themselves Shay Shay, because every Shay Shay I know is a woman. My sister is Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay. That's just so, never mind. Shay Shay, and it rhymes with Shay Shay. Shay is, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yep, but have you seen his designer? Yeah. Yep, that's my sister name. That's what they call. Well, only one of my cousins called me Meek Meek. For real, for real. Um, my name was They called me Squeak because when I was little, I used to grind my teeth, so they called me Meek Squeak. Don't get no bright ideas. But my family called me Mika. My friends in Cleveland started calling me Meek first, and I don't know. I guess I just adapted to it. I just adapted to Meek, but I was always Mika. One of my aunts called me Mimi, but other than that, it was Mika. Mika. Yeah, I seen the designer. Shut up. You did you see that post I put up when he was sitting in that chair? Child. He had the tight leg cross going on. Like, dude, you're too big to be sitting like that. Why? Why, Shay Shay? Why? Why, Shay Shay? Shay Shay. I didn't do it. But he do. Honestly, I like this. I don't like seeing him, but I like when him and Chad Johnson be talking. I'll be looking at that on Instagram. Maybe have some interesting conversation. That's why he's questionable to me because his view on some things is just weird to me. Weird. Like when it comes to women and dating and stuff. Things like that. Um, I do believe Shannon probably sitting there like, oh Lord, what do he know about me? I would be. Um, I like to watch, yeah, him and Chad Johnson, but I think Chad should do it on his own because, yeah, mm, the world is an interesting place. Needless to say, like I said, I can only speak for myself. I'm hoping to never fall into a trap of compromising myself for anything that I can just pray and ask God for. And if it don't come, it's not mine. I don't need it. So I'm not gonna go another route to get it. I'm gonna accept it and take what He has that's better for me because I just firmly believe that anything that I think I need, He wants better. I don't think I can imagine the level of greatness that God wants for me. And I'm not gonna get it by going and doing something outside of His will and outside of even my own character, but definitely not outside of the character of God to get it. Because when it's like that, it's not a blessing. You did something strange for a piece of change, is what you did. Yeah, I'm like this. 2024, everybody come out. If you're a power bottom, be a strong black power bottom. If you like your stylist, let us know. Don't be trying to lie no more. The truth will set you free. Truth will set you free. I mean, shoot, they better take a page out of Dwight Howard's book. Don't do what he did now, but I'm just saying, he like, yeah, so what? If I like to do a little something, man, y'all business. Selena, did you ever see that movie? Come out in the name of Jesus? Man, I went to see that movie twice. I don't know why I was so intrigued. It was good. But I like deliverance. I think everybody should go through deliverance and deserve to be free. Um, who started it? It was a movie that some preachers put out, and it was like in select theaters, like sometime last year. You had to go online and get the tickets in order to even have a seat. But at the end of the movie, man, deliverance will break out in there. Like it was. That's why I was like, wow, you could feel it. Who started the Well, when um it was all I know is it came by way of a blogger, I think maybe saying that they had that that Cassie had turned over evidence to the FBI or something, and they were saying that he was named in some of that stuff with some of Kim Porter's stuff or something, and said that he was a power bottle. But you know what? True story. True story allegedly. But it's true, but it's alleged. Um I worked with this guy and he's from West Virginia, right? Just like We're gonna call him PB, just like PB is. And long time ago, he told us that he used to cross dress. Him and his friend. I'm not even gonna say the friend's name, but him and a friend of his. Well, I can say the friend's name. Friend's name was Paw Paw. He said him and Paw Paw cross dress and would sit outside on the corner, basically dressed like ladies. And we like, nah, quit lying, quit lying. So y'all might see Cocktail coming here sometime. Cocktails with Catrice. She does a lot of commentary about things that go on in the church and the scandals and stuff that come out. And I had shared the information with her. She since had other people to confirm that story. So of course there's no name to the source, but I was on TikTok the other night, and for the first time for myself, I heard somebody say, everybody know that Negro used to cross dress. I was like, wow. I never heard it confirmed from anybody other than the person that said it. So, whatever. I mean, I feel like this. If that's who you were before, why isn't that part of your testimony? Because to me, hey, that's what happens. We change from who we used to be. You better hope don't nobody produce no picture. What you want him to call it, Club Shannon? Yeah. I mean, he could call it anything he want to call it, but Shay Shay just sounds, hey, hey, hey. Club Shay Shay. I don't know. I mean, he like it. I love it, I guess. That's his thing. Call it what they want. It still don't mean it sound good. Club Shay Shay. But when I think of Shay Shay, I do not think of a big Negro. I really don't. And we know he pretty big. Too funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just came on to just chit chat, chop it up with y'all, and talk about those two things I had observed. What Cat said about he was going into the devil's den and getting close to see what they were doing. He was able to get close and see what he was doing, and the thing where they were talking about Toni Braxton not holding Krishan's hand in prayer, and the people were saying, well, she shouldn't have interrupted their prayer. That was a prayer between her people and their sister. She's just rude. And I'm like, why couldn't the girl pray? That's just how I felt about it. Like, she didn't come in and do nothing but just came in and got in the circle. Like, to me, she looked like, oh, they praying. And she tried to join in, and Toni act like she was too good to hold her hand. Like, if anybody needed prayer in that room, I'm going to say it's her. Why reject her? I bet you'll think next time when you try to use somebody and invite them to that show and it backfiring until I got you. It's your fault that boy got his tooth knocked out. I wish I could talk to Krishan. Like, girl, keep your hands to yourself. Okay? But I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about her. I think she done got caught up. And yeah. All I can say is poor baby. She done got caught up. But I literally can see the fight in her battle between good and bad. It's just crazy. Like, people like that you be rooting for, and then you see that one thing that says, dang, she done lost. I think she done lost because I heard she got a questionable tattoo. I haven't seen the tattoo yet, but that's just the mama bear in me. I ain't watched Bad Girl Club since the second season, man. I don't even be knowing that stuff still come on. I don't watch TV. Like, now I'll watch a good Tubi movie. Oh, I gotta go watch Tubi right now. They got a new series on Andrea Michelle in there. And the one dude, I forgot his name, but yeah, he fine. I gotta go watch that. Little eye candy. But yeah, I ain't had what's that girl name? Tanisha that said pop off. I ain't watched it since then, I don't think. That's the first season? Second? I ain't watched the Housewives since probably the fourth season, third or fourth season. Every now and then, like when I have a room or something and I'll be watching TV, I'll watch it. I was watching the Housewives of Miami. I was like, this is so, I don't know, generic. So generic. I ain't never seen nothing on Zeus Network. I know about Zeus Network, but I've never seen any of the shows. None of them. That's another place that's put together by somebody supposed to be more of a faith-based type network, but I don't believe that to be so. At the end of the day, I look at all these reality shows, and a lot of people they haven't gone further than the reality shows. You have people like Candy that are successful beyond, that were already successful in a way, but you know she's successful beyond. Um, Cardi B was one that used reality TV to me the way it should have been used to her benefit to get seen on another level of just when she was just on, online. She used it and she became something. Whatever she did to do it, she got saw and here she is. But it's some of them people you never see them go beyond that TV screen. I think I stopped watching the Housewives of Atlanta because I'm like, and the Basketball Wives. I stopped watching all this stuff because I'm like, we don't act like that. As black women, we aren't just out here just catty all the time. And that's the way it makes us look. It's like we just got attitudes and we're always fighting and all that stuff. I just stopped watching it because I'm like, well, how old are y'all gonna be when y'all stop doing all this, throwing drinks in each other's face and jumping over tables, turning over tables? Like, come on, man. I'm still trying to understand how it worked with Shani being the first lady now. Everything is mixed up. If you notice, everything is mixed up, and it's almost like the very thing that they say you're not supposed to do, everybody's doing it. Just mixing up. That's why we don't know what's good and what's bad. We think bad is good and good is bad. That's the confusion. So I guess that's why we're not supposed to mix up with those type of things. Yeah, 40 and up, 50, 60. Man. I promise you, if I turn 60 something and I got the same energy as some of these people, whoo, I can't imagine what I'm going to do because I'm going to use that energy for good. They're going to be like, dang, she's still popping businesses out. Why y'all waste y'all energy fighting invisible people in a sense? I'll be somewhere making some bread. I'll be like, if you don't know these people in person, yeah, they technically invisible. Pretty much. Like, that's just a sign of you ain't got nothing to do with your life. I'll be wanting to comment on some people's stuff like, you ain't tired? Damn, you ain't tired yet, big sis? But I just mind my business. I do. I do. Something is wrong with me. But yeah. Hmm. Guys, people gonna be all right. That I know. So, if you guys people, we good. If you ain't, come on and see what we're part of. That's how I look at it. Get your relationship with God in order, or get one, because the way everything going and everything mixed all up, we gonna need them. And this ain't even nothing yet. This is like the tabloids of the revealing a thing. Wait till the real stuff start coming out. Ooh. Mm, mm, mm. When it gets legal and all that good stuff. and real dark. You know what I mean? Real dark, not YouTube beef. I mean dark, like devil dark, and it's connected to some of your favorite people. Some people ain't gonna know how to act, but it's coming. I can tell you that it's coming. It definitely is. But like I said, 2024, expect the unexpected. Ain't nothing too far fetched if it's gonna be a benefit and if it's gonna give God glory. Go for it. Look for it. Expect it. That's what I'm on right now. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm trying to, man. I went online yesterday. It's a girl I follow. I don't know if y'all heard of Sophia Ruffin. She has a unique story. Her testimony came out of the lifestyle, and she's now married and stuff. But yesterday, she had a message on her Instagram where she was saying that things are going to happen rapidly, and that just made me think about unexpected. Expect the unexpected, and she was just saying everything's gonna go, quickly. It's gonna be like rapid businesses, rapid marriages, rapid. And I'm like, yeah, give me that marriage. Now I'm scared. Y'all don't know. 2024. I'm trying to be a housewife. I'm tired of work. I want to figure out how to make money from home. Cook, clean, and do my wifely duties and come up with master plans to bring in some income without having to leave the house if I don't want to. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Unfortunately, I do have that thing where I think I have to get another shot, but I ain't gonna worry about that right now. I'm just gonna let that unfold. I'm just gonna let it unfold. But I do feel a sense of, how she was saying things are gonna happen rapidly. I think it's a time that when how we say, if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. We gotta be ready. Cause if things do start happening rapidly, I don't care if it's with a job, with a business, you gotta be ready. You can't be fumbling when it start happening so quick. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't know. I'm telling you right now, if it's gonna expect the unexpected, rapidly, all that go together. Put yourself in position like it's happening next week. If your business is gonna take off, act like it's gonna take off the day after tomorrow. Get ready. That's the only thing I can tell you is get ready. Because you don't want to be scrambling when it happens. All of a sudden, unexpectedly, then you don't know what to do. I'm sitting here telling you to expect the unexpected. So therefore, get in position. Especially that thing you've been praying for a long time you thought wasn't gonna happen. Maybe you wasn't ready for it 2 years ago, but now's the time. Think like that. Don't think it's not gonna happen. Think, what if it happened tomorrow? If you want to be a wife, become one right now without a husband. Start. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord. He didn't find a girlfriend. He didn't find a good woman and make her his wife. He found a wife. I remember back in the day, you ever seen No More Sheets? You seen that, Selena? When Juanita Bynum was still Juanita Bynum. And yeah. That's probably the last thing I took in from her and was like, dang, that was good. But she was talking about how women want to be wives and they still married to the person they still married to the person that they was last with. You know how they say when you engage with someone, each person that you tie yourself to becomes your husband. And she was saying women want to be wives and they still married to the last one. And she was saying women want to be wives and they don't even know how to cook. They want to be wives, but they ain't got no stock of like toilet paper. Ain't nobody gonna be in the bathroom hollering, "Hey, I need some tissue." You gotta run to the store to get some tissue. So it's like, Sounds to me like you better be learning how to cook, getting you some toilet paper, soap, washing powder, all that stuff in bulk, and be ready to take care of your household. Take care of your household now like that man is there. That's how I look at it. Hey, if you ain't the best cook and you single, now's the time to get good at it. Cause ain't nobody gotta know the food nasty but you. You be your own taste tester. Don't be hurting that man belly when he come trying to feed him before you know what you're doing. Shoot. I made one steak that was tough in my life, and that was the first one I ever cooked. Well, I ain't gonna, when I say tough, I mean like you can't eat it tough. Now, I done had one that didn't get as tender as I like, but I'm talking about just jack that steak up, man. That thing was woo, rock hard. But when you mess up like that, it makes you do better. Next time you do it, I'm gonna tenderize it a little longer. I'm gonna add this and cook it this way. You learn. You learn. Dang, girl, you parked all the way over there and walked to Walmart. You really want to exercise? Well, I feel like I know this lady. Anywho, I don't know her. I ain't even from here. Yeah, man, get ready. So, if you're trying to be a wife, you better go on and start now so he can find you. Maybe he ain't found you because you still girlfriend material. Nah, let me quit playing. I'm playing, but I'm for serious, for real, because that was one of the things that I did for myself. That's now I can say PB was the first person I ever heard say it says he finds a wife. He didn't say he found a girlfriend. I will give him that credit. I did hear him say that, and I was like, dang. And then when I started going through my process of learning, I was in the group that I was in. We talked about things like that. So it's just like that's another way of getting ready. Become the wife you want to be for your husband. And I believe you'll attract the man that is for you. That's my belief. Don't be the woman over here trying to, man, if one come, if he worth submitting to, be somebody he want to take care of. So you ain't got to worry about all that. It'll come natural. That's how I look at it. It'll come natural. It's not going to be forced. You're not going to be looking to see if he deserves it. I never understood women. We used to have this thing called drinks and conversation. And I used to always help the guy out that gave it. So I would be the one like taking the mic around the people, things like that. And they would have the question about submitting. And so many women, I ain't submitting if he ain't worth it. And I'm like, but why are you with him? I never understood that. I don't know if anybody could ever help me understand that, but I don't want to be with nobody I'm scared to submit to, because I know that if I submit to you, you also have to submit to me. That's the one part that people miss. It's not a one-way street. It go both ways. But just like anything else, they stop on that last sentence in the Bible. They don't read on. That's why you gotta have your own relationship and read for yourself. But I think that submitting is a beautiful thing when you understand it, when you're not looking at it as a form of control or a form of do what I say woman. It's both of you yielding to each other and trusting each other with each other's path on this journey together. It's me being able to say to you, babe, I don't think that's a good idea, and you not jumping down my throat. You actually take in what I say and be like, man, you know what? You might be right. I believe there's a way we have to say things to men that don't come off as don't do it like that. We good for that. But nevertheless, I think that that's the thing that we're supposed to be giving to each other. We're supposed to protect each other. I'm supposed to help you, help me. So, yeah, like I said, get ready now for whatever it is. If it's marriage, if it's a new business, if it's motherhood, I don't care what it is. You could be pregnant tomorrow. Get ready to prepare for the next 9 months and be that good mother you're gonna be. Hmm. So I don't know. Maybe I can just sit here and chill for 5 minutes, and I can go an hour and 30 minutes. Cause as usual, I done went all around the mulberry bush and over the rainbow and through the woods. Now we're here at grandmother's house, and yeah, I think we've covered a wide range of things. Pretty cool. It's one of them things, though. I had to go and cut my hair today, so I'm like real bald right now, which is fine. I actually pulled some of my hair out when I had that red weave in there. Lord have mercy. I got to get it together. I can't be doing that to myself. This is my profession, and but you know what? I think stylists, well, I know me as a stylist, we do all types of stuff to our hair that we would never do to our clients. But I would never tell my client that I just ripped my own hair out. It wasn't on purpose, but yeah, I did it. I did. But I feel better now. When I don't be having my hair cut, I be feeling like a little orphan. I be looking in the mirror like, man. I was telling my honey, like, I look like a little boy. Like, you got on earrings. I'm like, what that mean? Well, I know you ain't a boy. I know I ain't either, but I still look like one when I look in the mirror. Now I look like a lady again because I cut the hair, got it neat, looking good. Yep. Where my glasses go, man? Dang. Well, I guess I'm about to head to find me something to eat. I gotta go dry these clothes. I actually did laundry overnight. That was a hassle in itself. And I ain't even gonna talk about it because I'm just gonna get mad all over again. Needless to say, where I was at, the dryer wasn't working right, so now I gotta go to the laundromat. And that's cool. I need to get me something to eat. And I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the evening. This is my last day off from the Amazon. I'll be back there tomorrow evening, ready for whatever. It's all good. Hopefully today I know if I got my place or not. That would be such a blessing. It would really be a blessing. The apartment is right across from where I work at. I'll be like, hey, house, how you doing? I'll speak to that thing. But as always, I appreciate everybody that came through today. We had Selena, Gary, Atmosphere. We had Uncle L popped up #1. We had the Y2K show. Appreciate you for coming through. That was my first time seeing you. Um, Always more than welcome. We had Gary Bust It Down Brown. Bust it, bust it, bust it down Brown. Hey, hey, bust it down Brown. Wiggle, wiggle, shake, shake. Wiggle, wiggle, shake, shake. We ain't see Watermelon Day. Hope she's feeling better. And yeah, hopefully I said something today that was interesting to you. May even inspired you in some kind of way, encouraged you. Um, if you didn't hear anything for yourself, maybe you heard something someone else can use. Sharing is caring. Share it with them. As always, you're more than welcome to hit the Cash App, but that's not most important to me. I am here to press play and talk, whether it's 121 or 81. I'm going to say what I have to say. We're going to have some fun sometime, and we're going to, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be 500 people. If I reach one, I've done a great job. Yeah. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend, bring a friend, and I will holla. I wish I had some outro music. I gotta get with the word. Are you in the bushes? You ain't drop in today either. I'm used to seeing him come out the rapture. Is what he say. He's in the rapture. But man, we're realists. Everybody must be busy on this here 5th day of the year. That's a good thing though. I'm not gonna complain about that. But here I go talking for these last few seconds. And Love you guys. I'm out.